the center of the machine, so we're doing off-center engraving. So the way we do that is by going into your machining screen. Alright, now this is for rotary. So on rotary you have the icons up here in the top left. Alright, there they are. There's our 4 icons in the top left. So you have here, top left corner for origin. This is vice, basically center of the machine. This is floating top left. And then you have floating center. Now floating center is going to be the easiest way, and they're really only the way we'll recommend doing that. So you would select the floating center here. And then these are the numbers, the XY coordinates for your center. So you can manipulate these. It's kind of hard to see there. But right now I've got 6 inches and 4 inches for the center of the machine. So if you have something that's an inch to the right, you would add an extra inch in here. You change the 6 to 7. Alright, so that's plus x. So you have your x-axis is left to right. Y is up and down. And you can create an anagram to remember that because it's easy to forget. But so 7 inches will move it to the right. 5 inches would move it to the left on the plate. So to give you a visual representation of that, click preview. So it's moving the entire engraving area. So this is coming to the right. You see you have a bunch of blank space here. And if I move it 5 or 4, alright, so you moved it all the way back to the left. So you can adjust where on your plate your image is just by manipulating those 2 things. Right there, and having it on floating center. Alright, and that's pretty much it for my first question. Back to you, Tom.
Alright, thanks for that, Tim. A nice little neat little tidbit that we can do is when Tim clicks on this preview over here,
Pardon me.
just to show you guys something. Alright, this box, alright, the inside box, not the outside one. The inside box is actually the numbers from your material definition screen, which is what you've set up at the very beginning when you say, this is the plate that I'm engraving these things on. If this material definition touches any of this dark side, this dark outline, you're going to get an error message that pops up. It's basically going to say to the extent of your engraving area is outside the capabilities of the machine. So as long as you know that this is where you want it to be on the plate, you can make your engraving parameters as the same size as what you're trying to engrave. That way you can physically move it with that floating very easily. Because if you got an 8x10 sheet on here and we only got an 8.5 by 12.5 machine, moving the floating center is only going to let you move it, a 1/4 of an inch one way and only, a couple inches the other way. So again, if you know where this is and you're fine with it, go ahead and change your material definition to the same size, and then feel free to go ahead and just move this wherever you want. You can basically see the parameters of the machine in the preview screen. That's going to let you know how close you are to getting that error message.